Hi, Bashar.
And you good day.
I have another question from a newsforthesoul.com listener.
All right.
If we chose to be here, what the heck were we thinking?
You were thinking, how exciting.
Well, I mean, what were the attributes that made this challenging existence seem like a good idea?
Let me give you a rough analogy. Perhaps not all the males will be able to relate to this, but we'll think of others in a minute. But the females, maybe, will relate to this. Many of you know that when females have babies, sometimes there's a lot of physical pain. And at a certain point, you may say, I'll never go through that again. A year later, oh, I want to have another child. Have you forgotten what it was like? I guess so. You must remember that when you, in a sense, go into spirit, it's like waking up from a dream. And when it feels like your physical reality was a dream, it's not a big deal for a spirit to say, that was interesting, let's do that again. Because from the perspective of the spirit, that's who you actually are, and this was just a dream. It was just an interesting experience. It doesn't carry a lot more weight than that. So the idea really is that even though we know what you experience in this life, the idea is to learn that this life can actually become more like the spirit experience, and over the course of many generations, that's what you're doing, is creating this reality to be more like the vibration of your true natural self and create heaven on earth. And therefore you understand that there is great impact in this, there is great experience in this, there is great love in this, there is great strength in this. Remember that there are many things going on that connect to the experience you are all having on earth that are not just relegated to your planet alone, to your reality alone. As we have often talked about, there are many civilizations that are going through their own transitions. Many of them are not necessarily as strongly invested in the exploration of darkness and negativity as Earth has been. But the point is that if your people can go through the idea of finding light through the experience of extreme dark, if you can do that, then anything is possible. And those other civilizations can learn from you that if you can do it, they can do it. And you are great teachers in that context. And believe me, when you are in spirit and when you see what effect that has and how loving an act it is for you to experience what you have experienced, you often simply come from the compassion and the unconditional love of creation in thus saying, I will do that again. Now, that's not always the reason. There are sometimes as many reasons as there are individuals. Nevertheless, that's a profound one. It's a strong one. It's one that many of you have chosen. And remember, you all knew before you chose these lives that this was going to be an age of great transformation on your planet. Many of you just couldn't resist going along for the ride. You say, I want to be there right at that time. That's so exciting. It's so interesting. Yeah, I know it'll be a little bumpy. But the interest, the excitement, the outcome will make it worthwhile. You all gave yourselves that guarantee, even though your physical minds don't always remember. This is why it's so important to form these dialogues now and relationships with the higher mind, because the higher mind does know that it's all working out. The only reason it seems not to be is because the physical mind is offering resistance to its natural self. But the less resistance it offers, the more fun the ride will be. Thank you.
Bashar, I think before you've described there's a difference in terms of having an experience when you're a physical being versus if you're in spirit.
Yes?
Could you explain that difference?
Well, there are many different kinds of differences, but again, one is the idea that in spirit, you know that space and time are illusions and manifestations are instantaneous. In a sense, manifestations are also instantaneous in physical reality, but you can create an instantaneous manifestation to seem very similar to the last manifestation. And so it may seem as if manifestation is not instantaneous. But the idea is that gives you the opportunity in physical reality to experience what you call the process of creation. And that gives you a richer, more detailed understanding of the experience than you can have in spirit. And that's one of the main differences. You actually get to see, feel, taste, touch, smell, hear creation happening instead of just having it happen.
So it's an appreciation class, huh?
It is a deep appreciation class, and it is no accident in your language that you have associated that term with the idea of money. Because the notion is, the more you appreciate yourself, the more you know what you're truly worth. And that's an economy that will never falter.
That's wonderful. Thank you, Bashar.
Hey, Bashar.
And you, good day.
How would I do things that our society would deem impossible? But that, for example, how could I treat this solid floor as like a liquid and just swim through it, or
by shifting your frequency to be out of phase with it? Now, the point is that most of you can do it, but most of you simply will never choose to do that because it simply doesn't actually serve a real applicable purpose in your life. But some of you will. If that is representative of your true passion, then you can allow yourself to experience that. And you can go through whatever process or attract to yourself whatever process is necessary to allow you to accomplish that. There are people on your planet that can do such things. Most of them exist in what you call indigenous societies on your planet and are usually referred to as holy people or shamans. And you can perhaps learn some of these things from them. But remember, it's not so much about the end result, it's about the journey. So the important thing is the journey that you will experience in learning to do that. That's more important in a sense than the doing of the thing. The doing of the thing is a badge or a reflection of the fact that you've actually experienced the journey. So. Did that help?
Yeah, that did help.
All right.
Before you've talked about how like your imagination is like the filter between
the conduit.
Yeah, conduit between
higher mind and physical mind. Yes.
And that you're like you don't experience like you're experiencing your own reality and not like someone else's.
Not directly.
Not directly.
You can only experience another reality by creating a version of it in your reality out of your own consciousness.
Well, could you take out that filter, just remove it, and fully experience theirs, like complete like empathy, and just completely understand what they're doing, like or see it?
First of all, recognize that empathy does not require the removal of the filter. It requires that you vibrate in synchronous harmony with their vibration.
Okay.
Then, in a sense, you will get the effect of a bridge or a link. It will seem, in a sense, to be the removal, as you say, of a filter. But what you've simply done is create an empathetic frequency that allows you to have the same thoughts, the same feelings at the same time. It allows you to have understanding. But in physical reality, no. You will have to create your interaction out of your own energy. On what you may call higher levels of oneness, then yes, there may be direct incorporation, direct inclusion of what you recognize in physical reality as more than one discrete reality vibration. May already be lumped into another reality level altogether. But by definition, physical reality, in a sense, is a compartmentalization of frequencies. So what you can do in physical reality to achieve the same effect is the empathetic locking in, like two tuning forks vibrating in harmonic resonance. And that creates the effect of the elimination of the filter, but it's not actually the elimination of the filter in the same way that may exist on higher levels of fusion of consciousness. Make sense?
Yeah.
Does that help you?
Yep.
Thank you, yes.
Okay, I can keep on going, right? I have another one? Okay.
I don't know, can you?
I can.
Oh, all right.
So, what was like the first society or like civilization? What, like, can you talk about it?
The first indigenous civilization?
Just first civilization ever.
You mean visiting your planet?
No, just ever. Just like first one.
Well, when you say that, we are attempting to differentiate between the idea of civilizations that were indigenous to your planet, of which there are a few, many of you know nothing about, and civilizations that may have come from elsewhere and colonized for a while and not remained. Because there is a difference between those two ideas. So, the first civilization, in a sense, that didn't necessarily remain as an indigenous civilization is often referred to in your ancient literature as the Anunnaki. The first indigenous civilization were what I suppose in your language would have to loosely be referred to as pre-Lemurian. Does that help you?
Wait, what are pre-Lemuria?
Lemuria
Yeah.
is a name that your society has given to a very ancient civilization that existed on your planet about 500,000 years ago. But there was a civilization before that. And there is no real name for them in your language, so we refer to them in your language as pre-Lemurian.
Cool.
Does this help?
Yeah.
What is the fascination you all have with that temperature?
Also, for that. Huh? Okay.
Does that serve you?
Yeah, it does.
Thank you.
Actually, I'm good.
Thank you.
Hello, Bashar.
And you good day.
The date, December 21st, 2012, for the Mayans.
The threshold crossing date, yes.
Yeah, can you explain that to me better?
Well, there are many ways to look at this, but one of the ways that we have talked about this is to recognize that it's a recognition of when the collective consciousness on your planet will have reached a critical mass and crossed the threshold, so that after that date, the energy, the collective energy of your planet will be slightly more tipped toward the positive than the negative. And from that point forward, that can start to snowball and accelerate. Now, that doesn't mean that the majority of people will be that way. It simply means the majority of the collective energy will be tipped toward the positive. Remember, positive is integrative and geometrically expansive. So it doesn't take as many positively integrated people to, in a sense, energetically outweigh billions of negatively oriented people. But the idea is that on that date, it's a representation of when you will have crossed the threshold, when the collective energy of your planet, of your consciousness, will be slightly tipped in the direction of the positive and can accelerate from there.
Are we on target for that?
I suppose you are. Well, I'll put it to you this way. If you weren't, we probably wouldn't be having this conversation. Because it would serve no point.
Oh, I love it, yes. One of the things.
Yes?
Yes. Is it just a health issue, or is there a meeting that I'm not getting from? First it was my jaw that was bothering me, then the tooth, then it was like a headache, and I'm trying to see if there's a message here.
Well, to what degree are you, well, one moment, have you clarified your body, detoxified your body? No. Hesitation usually means no.
Right, no. Looking for the appropriate answer.
We would suggest that you do.
Okay.
Detoxify your body as best you can. Put into your body only those things that are as fresh, natural, and organic as possible to allow your body to have the appropriate building blocks to fortify, repair, heal itself. You follow me, first of all? The second question would then be, are you acting upon your excitement to the best of your ability? You know what hesitation means here?
Yes. No.
Thank you.
No,
So,
I don't.
are you?
No, I'm not.
And why not?
Because
You're stressing yourself by not doing so. Are you afraid that you're going to bite off more than you can chew?
no, it's because I make more money going the other route.
How do you know?
Well, I tried it once.
You tried it
Yeah, I
once.
tried it once and it didn't
Must
quite
not be
work.
too passionate about it then.
No, I thought that I was, but
I see.
some old beliefs. Old
Understand that if you recognize you have old beliefs, we're getting a download. No apology necessary. If you have these old beliefs, it does no good to ignore them. It does no good to disrespect them. If you believe you cannot allow what you are passionate about to support you, it does no good to jump off the cliff. Hang on, do the things the way you believe, you will be supported to whatever degree you believe you need to, until such time as you believe what truly drives you will support you. At the same time, at least give yourself the opportunity to find time, to make time, to create time, to the best of your ability, to act on your passion, to act on your excitement whenever and wherever and however you can, even while you are still doing the things that are representative of what your old beliefs say you need to do in order to be supported. Find a balance point first. Once then you begin to do the things that are truly your passion, knowing you can do them in an atmosphere where you feel safe and supported, then you will find
The guy sitting next to me saw the phone go down. I don't know what's happening.
you're getting a download.
Oh my God.
Did you think I was kidding? When you allow yourself the opportunity to act on your passion, you will see that it will support you more and more and more, and you will give over more time to it until such time when you are feeling certain that it is capable of supporting you. Now, I can tell you right now it's capable of supporting you, but until you believe it, it's not. You follow me?
Yeah, I do. Thank you.
Do it whatever rate is comfortable for you, but do something in that direction so that you can at least give yourself the opportunity to see that you can build on that more and more, and that eventually you'll get to a point where you recognize it's capable of supporting you, and get to a point where you're willing to let the things go that are no longer who you really are, knowing that you don't need to hang on to them for support. All right?
Very good. Thank you.
Does that help you?
Yes, it does.
Thank you.
Hi, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
Thank you. I'm very excited. I didn't think that they would pick me to speak to you.
Why not?
I don't know. So,
Sure you do. Why not?
well, now I do. So because
Now you do what?
now I know, and now I believe that I was picked. So I had to come up with a question very quickly because.
Oh, I see.
You see, okay. So it's very different from any of these other questions. I'm not interested necessarily in meeting ETs or anything else, but
That's all right.
okay, good.
Even though you've already just met one.
Okay. Well, what's more in my heart right now
Yes.
is knowing more about manifesting my own, and this is very personal.
Yes.
My own.
We assume that
tru-
because a person is saying it.
Okay. Okay. Good. My own twin flame.
Yes.
My own soulmate.
Yes.
Partner for the.
Yes.
This,
What about that?
Well, how to bring that into my life? How to manifest that in?
You want to take a guess?
Do I want to take a guess?
You can say no.
Okay, I say no.
Thank you. Then, first and foremost, here's how. Continue to be the person you need to be that person has made the agreement to be with. You need to become the person that person has made the agreement to be with. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to have, as you say, all your ducks in a row. It doesn't mean you have to be the perfect person on your planet. It just means if you, in this place and time, have not manifested that, there's a reason. But first and foremost, you need to relax your label a little bit. Realize that from our perspective, anyone you're interacting with at any given moment, at that moment is your soulmate. Because that's who's there. You follow me?
Yes.
Many times individuals will actually keep an agreement they may have made with someone to come in and be that life partner. They will actually keep them at bay by invalidating who they are interacting with right now. The idea is to not put that person on a pedestal. We understand that because they seem to carry the resonance that would be your match, that very often humans will relegate them to a special position. The idea is to understand that they come in when they need to come in to reflect to you the things that need to be reflected to you to give you the best opportunity to be more of yourself, but also along the way, so do other individuals. And all of them are stepping stones. And if you invalidate a stepping stone, you cannot take the next step. So the first idea is to interact with whoever you interact with as if they are at that moment your soulmate, because they are there to reflect something to you. They are there to give you an opportunity to learn more about yourself, to become more of who you are. And you must relax. And here's the paradox. Remember, we have often said there is great power in paradox. The paradox is the less you need to find that soulmate, the quicker you will. That's the paradox. Because in a sense, saying you need to find that person is saying, really, I am not complete. And if you're actually saying, I'm not complete, what do you attract? Incompleteness. When you know, and again, when I say complete, it doesn't mean you have to be at the end of your life, having done everything you agreed to do. But the idea is to understand that at whatever point you're at, you are complete as that thing. Doesn't mean you won't change, doesn't mean you won't grow, doesn't mean you won't learn more, doesn't mean you won't become a different person. But at every moment, what you are right now, is an absolutely perfect and complete version of that you. You follow me?
Mm-hmm, yes.
So, when you settle into the idea, paradoxically, that what you are right now is a perfectly complete version of what you need to be right now, you then take the onus off of needing someone to come in order to reflect the idea of completeness. And when you take the onus off of it, you actually open the door through which they can come through more easily. Does that make sense to you mechanically?
Yes, it does.
That's often how this mechanism works. So, relax into yourself, give yourself the unconditional love you deserve. Then giving yourself the unconditional love you deserve will allow someone to come along who will then reflect that unconditional love more clearly. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Does that help you?
Yes, yes.
And?
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to formulate it. Because I am feeling, I understand exactly what you're saying.
I know.
And I am feeling that more and more. And
all right, all right.
Yeah, and so I'm not sure, I hope I didn't say before I need.
Well, it's the energy.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's the energy.
So you felt that energy?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that helps me, because I understand that.
Thank you.
Okay.
Please remember this, all of you. And again, I'm not saying things cannot manifest, I'm not saying things cannot occur. But here's something very, very crucial to remember about this and what we were talking about at the beginning of this transmission with regard to the idea of what your physical mind is capable of and what your higher mind is capable of. We know that many of you have these visions, these dreams of what you desire in your lives. And you create this image, this picture of that perfect representation of that reality. And you aim for that, and you go for that, and that's what excites you, and that's your passion, and that's all well and good. But understand this very clearly. The best possible version your physical mind is capable of imagining is the least possible version your higher mind can imagine. So don't stop the higher mind by saying, that's the best I can get. Let the higher mind give you more than you believed you could get. Because if you insist that the picture the physical mind gets is the best that can happen, you're actually limiting what might even be in a more amazing way the higher mind could bring it about. By saying, that's it, that's what I can get, and thus you put conditions and limitations and expectations on the higher mind that prevent it from giving you something beyond what you imagined. So the best that you can imagine with the physical mind is the least way in which it will happen. Go out into the world with that understanding and start to see what happens. The best you can imagine is the least possible way it will occur. Not the best, the least. And then feel the true power you have in allowance and letting it come to you. If you can handle it. Does that make sense?
Yes. It makes a lot of sense. And the allowing part, is there anything else about allowing?
Big part of it. Because again, remember, you don't have to make things happen. Things already work. That's why it's not important for the physical mind to understand how things are going to happen. Because when it thinks it needs to make things happen, when it thinks it needs to figure out how something's going to happen, it's not allowing. It's forcing. It thinks it needs to force things into position instead of trusting that things already work. If things already work, you just let them happen. You allow them to happen. You can put out the vibration of the desire. You can use that vision, that image, as a template to put yourself in the proper vibrational state. But then just let the higher mind do its job. That's all that you need to do. You can, as the physical mind, say, all right, I've gotten this inspiration, I've gotten this imagination, I feel the excitement. That's the communication from the higher mind. Now, all I need to do is look around for any situation or circumstance that contains the same energy, the same excitement, the same passion. All I need to do is take action on it in that direction to the best of my ability. And that's all I need to do. And the next thing that comes along, do the same. The next thing that comes along, do the same. The next thing that comes along, do the same. Knowing you are guided by that vibration. And it is the path that represents the true you. And then go along and enjoy the ride. And whatever happens is what needs to happen. Valid.
With some of the research that I do, that our military some time ago began to develop technology with which they well, of all the crazy plots that they might enact, this is one possible scenario.
Are you talking about the fake invasion?
No, the fake, the return of Jesus,
Yes.
through the clouds, or that they can create this holographic
They
image.
have some capability of doing certain things close to that, but understand that these will actually not occur. I'm not saying that they haven't been discussed, but they have been discarded.
Well, that's good. From the time I was a little girl, I did have occasional, I don't know if it was dreams or daydreams, about ships, or at least a ship, actually landing in front of the UN. But I kind of put that aside, thinking, that's way too dramatic. I mean, they're not going to do that.
Well, eventually that will be possible. Not at first, but eventually that will be possible.
Are there areas already designated for this?
Yes.
Can you
Many of
share
them
that?
are what you call some of the sacred sites and vortices around your planet. Sedona being one.
What about the Giza Plateau?
That being another. You want to continue?
Sure.
Eventually. Yes. Tijuanaco. Again, it's not that much of a mystery if you just put your mind to it. Look at what has been, and you will see what will be. Thank you.
One last question about these. When I go
Well, now we are in the epilogue. Prelude, the actual question, and now the epilogue. Talk about a story.
Well, I'm a writer. I guess that's the way it goes.
That is the way it goes.
Okay, let's see. I have noticed through the years, occasionally in large performances like at the Hollywood Bowl or large amphitheaters where there are
Yes.
thousands of people,
Yes.
and with psychic friends of mine who've been with me, that these apparently tend to attract the presence of ships
Yes.
in the next dimension.
Yes. Well, I'm going to actually give it to you slightly differently.
Well, I don't mean that that they're not there for the show. I mean, obviously,
No.
but
What I'm saying is, I understand. Well, that's not always the case. We do enjoy music, you know. Nevertheless, what I'm saying is, it's not impossible that some of that energy might also attract. But the idea is that the collective energy, when it goes into a certain frequency domain, may simply then allow the individuals that make up that collective the capability of seeing the ships that are already passing to and fro that were heretofore invisible. Not that the ships were specifically attracted to that spot, but that you gave yourselves the ability to see what was already going on above your heads that you didn't see before. You understand? It's more that than the other. Because there's a lot of activity going on all the time. It's just that you're not always in the proper frequency domain to perceive it. But sometimes when those collectives happen and you all get in sync by the music, by the collaboration, by the camaraderie, then yes, you can put yourself in the vibratory state to suddenly look up and see what has already been there before your eyes but was invisible to you. You follow?
yes. Is it also an opportunity for you to, and with so many people assembled, to send certain downloads, kind
Sometimes
of
we
efficiently?
take advantage of that avenue and that invitation, yes. But only and always by invitation. But again, as I say, the invitation comes from you. We are always sending. We don't have to worry about you picking up on something you're not meant to receive. But we're always sending because we're sending on a frequency that you will then receive it only if you match that frequency. And then we will know it is correct for you to receive that information. And that's the invitation that I'm talking about. Make sense?
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
Number 2. Oh, wake up, wake up. Good morning.
I was looking for number 2. Didn't know it was me.
Oh, all right.
Hello.
And to you, good day.
my first time to talk with you.
And our first time in speaking with you, maybe.
Maybe. I wondered about that, but, this question, it could sort of piggybacks on how you answered an earlier person's question.
All right.
About this transitional, this planetary shift,
Yes.
this transitional period. I understand that I volunteered enthusiastically to be here at this time, and maybe I just have major control issues.
Maybe.
But I really want to know how it's going to come down, and the reason.
What is going to come down?
Well,
You mean, is it all going to work out for the best?
Well, I understand. I believe it will all work out for the best.
All right, then in
I
what
wanna
way
know-
do you need to know how it's going to come down, as you say?
The way I understand it from everybody's got a different take on it. And
Yes.
I'm wondering, it's why I'm asking you.
Yes.
For example, I adore my kids, and they're
Yes.
teenagers right now, and they're just so much fun.
Yes.
And so there's going to be this transition, and some people go and some people stay.
Yes.
Well, I want my kids to come with me.
All right.
Well, and I want to know that, I like my family, and some of
Yes.
them have, are
Like them
on the
or
other
love
side.
them?
I love them.
Well, thank you.
Yes, and
Because
some-
if you just like them, maybe some of them will stay.
so
Everyone who needs to be there will be there. The
Beware.
idea is to allow everyone to make the choice they need to make. Otherwise, it's not love.
Right.
And remember, you are a family on more than one level. You are eternal spirits. You are a soul family. Even if you don't always spend the same amount of time in different lives physically with each other, or some come and go before the others, you will always meet up somewhere, somehow, sometime. You are never really out of touch, and it's not always important that everyone share the same ride, although it's possible. But the way it's possible is to allow, again, paradoxically, allow them to make the choices they need to really make for themselves, while at the same time giving them the guidance to allow them to make the best possible choices. But then you have to allow them to make whatever choices they need to make.
Which they've made before they...
No.
They're still
you can make
making-
choices in physical reality,
Okay.
too. It's not all predetermined. Generally speaking, when you create a life, you generally only predetermine the general theme. You will explore that theme. That's your destiny. How you explore the theme is up to your free will.
Okay.
As a physical being. So you have choice.
Okay.
So let them make their choices and guide them to allow them to know that the choices they make can come from self-empowerment and not fear. And remind yourself of the same thing.
But I admit that I'm a little bit of fear.
Well,
right
I know you already did when you asked the question.
Okay. So, you in the second part...
Also,
Also.
remember, when we talk about these changes on your planet, you are actually never changing anything on the planet that you're on. When you change your vibration, you shift yourself to a parallel Earth that's already representative of that frequency. The other Earth still exists.
And we go back and forth?
You can, or you don't have to.
Okay.
Many times when the idea of people disappearing from your life occurs, it may simply be that a version of them doesn't yet exist or never will exist on the Earth you've shifted to. But they still exist on the Earth that you shifted from. You follow me?
Yes.
And again, it's not even that you may have left that Earth. A version of you may still be there.
Okay, that I get.
It's just that you're now choosing to focus your consciousness through the eyes of the you on the new Earth.
Gotcha.
The other you may still be functioning quite nicely on the old
As
Earth.
everything is...
Because everything is simultaneously coexistent.
Yes.
Does that help you?
That helps me a lot.
Why, thank you, number 2.
Thank you.
Number 3.
Hello, Bashar.
Andrew, you, good day.
I'm happy to be number 3.
Oh, all right. 3 to us is a very exciting number.
You have actually addressed my question. It's a two-part question through answering other people's question, but it's a slightly different vibration, I guess you might say. And I want to take the opportunity to say hello and introduce myself anyway.
Thank you.
How do I break the patterns of my life?
Thank you.
Such that I can manifest my highest self.
Thank you. Remember, patterns are nothing but belief and definition. Even the word pattern is a definition. We have, many times in these transmissions, called the idea of pattern or habit by a different definition than what humans usually use. By human definition, a pattern and a habit is difficult to change. We don't have the same definition. To us, a habit is something you do that you don't know you're doing. When you know you're doing it, it's not a habit anymore. It's a choice. Now you have to ask, well, why would I choose to do the same thing I don't want to do? Aha. Now we're getting somewhere. Now you can examine the belief. understanding that a habit or a pattern is something you do that you don't know you're doing, you can also recognize by that definition that when you become aware of the pattern, many people on your planet say, well, now that you're aware of the habit, now that you're aware of the pattern, you can begin to do something to change it. No. Awareness of the habit and awareness of the pattern means you're at the end of the habit. It's gone. It's the forest for the trees issue. You don't know it's a forest unless you're already outside of it. So if you know there's a habit, that means you're at the end of the habit and no more processing is necessary. Except for whatever process remains if you keep choosing to do the same thing, then it's simply a choice based on a belief. And you can use the question, as you say, we addressed before, what would I have to believe is true in order to keep making this choice? Because it's no longer a habit, it's no longer a pattern. I'm aware of it. So the pattern is gone. Now it's within my control. Now it's a choice. Now it's conscious. So the pattern is gone. I can't use that excuse to keep doing the same thing. Now if I keep doing the same thing, it's because I choose to keep doing the same thing. Why would I do that? Therein lies the beginning of true exploration. Why would I do that is the beginning of discovering what those beliefs are and letting them go. Make sense?
Yes.
Does that help?
Yes. My second question is, how do I know I'm pursuing my highest purpose so that I'm
By following your highest joy. Again, that's equivalent.
Yes.
Have the discernment, however, to tell the difference between what is truly your passion and what you may be fooling yourself into thinking is your passion because you're actually afraid to follow it. Have the discernment to know when it's actually anxiety and not excitement. That also takes an honest investigation of your belief systems and your definitions to be able to tell the difference. But you can tell the difference if you're honest with yourself. Make sense?
Yes.
Does that help you?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Why, thank you. We will...
Hello, Bashar.
I know you. Good day.
Do you ever laugh?
All the time.
Never
but you
heard
don't
you.
usually find us laughing through the channel because if we laugh, we take ourselves to a different frequency that would probably pull us out of the connection. So we, in some senses, put a little bit of a dampener on ourselves to not break the connection, but we're laughing all the time.
Okay. So, question.
Yes.
So I'm one of these people, like everybody, who want to
Speak up,
follow
speak up.
their passion,
Yes.
their excitement,
Yes.
and experience their higher excitement and spend as much possible time.
Yes.
But
But...
when it comes to...
But...
Unfortunately, there's a but in my brain, my physical brain.
Does that make you a butthead?
Exactly, with a
No,
big
all right.
B.
See, I told you we laugh all the time.
Maybe butterhead. So, so my physical brain is telling me, it's bringing me all these thoughts. For instance, today I wanted to leave my work and go home and do something that was my excitement that
Yes.
moment.
All right, and?
So if I have done it,
Yes.
I might got fired.
Well, all right, but that's all right if you believe that what excites you can support you. But if you have a belief system that says you still need to do things that aren't necessarily representative of your highest excitement, but you believe you need them in order to be supported in life, then it's important that you honor your belief system until such time as you actually know for a fact that your excitement can support you in a similar fashion or even better.
But how can I deal with my fear of insecurity?
What's your insecurity about?
That I won't have enough money to pay my expenses.
So what you are saying is you don't have a clear definition of excitement. Because by definition, excitement being, what did we say? A complete kit. Complete kit, leaving nothing out. Therefore, by definition, excitement would contain everything you need to continue to live an exciting life. But you may have very limiting definitions about what you think you need. Many people on your planet equate the idea of abundance, for example, only with money. But abundance can come in many forms. Abundance is simply
Absolutely.
the ability to do what you need to do when you need to do it. Now, sometimes on your planet it might come in the form of money, but sometimes it could come in the form of a trade, sometimes it could come in the form of a gift. Who knows? It can come in many forms. So when you relax your definition about what you think support needs to look like, your reality and excitement, being a complete kit, can actually support you in the way you need to be supported, which may be different than the way you thought you needed to be supported, but if you trust the way your life unfolds and you trust your definition of excitement is aligned with you, you will be supported in the way you actually need to be supported to be allowed to continue to expand your excitement. So you need to remove the limitations that you've placed on your definitions about what excitement is capable of actually bringing you.
That's my point. How do I remove these limitations?
All right. You need to find out first what the actual definition is, what the limiting definition is. And really, if you have a fear, then all you need to do is use that emotion to trace back to what the definition is, because you can't have an emotion until you actually have a definition first. You can't have a feeling about anything until you have a definition. Would you like proof of that?
Yes.
All right. How do you feel about Brontides? I don't know. What's a Brontide?
Yeah.
You understand? You have no idea how to feel, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I say Brontide in your language means distant thunder. Now you start feeling a little bit of attachment to that idea, a little bit of experiential emotionality connected to that.
Because I have a definition.
Because you have a definition. So what I'm saying is, if you have a feeling, then that means there must be a definition somewhere in your consciousness generating that feeling. So, if you're feeling fear, if you're feeling anxiety and feeling uncertainty and what you call self-doubt, which is really just a 100% doubt in a negative definition, you can ask this question. What would I have to believe is true about myself in relation to this circumstance in order to feel the way I do? That's one way to ask the question. Another way to reveal the definition to you consciously is to ask it from the fear-based side, which sometimes actually works better for many of you because you're so used to the idea of the fear-based definition. And that would be, if I actually did move forward in the direction I prefer to, the direction that is aligned with my highest joy, what am I most terrified might actually happen? So one way or another, by asking the question from either direction, if you're actually willing to hear the answer, then in some fashion the answer will come. It may not come immediately, but it will come. It'll either come simply as an understanding or an inspiration in your head. It will come perhaps in your dreams. It will present itself to you in the synchronicities that pop up in your life. But if you're willing to hear the answer, somehow the answer will come. And once you find out consciously, once you identify consciously what that definition is that's out of alignment with your true joyful self, it will instantly appear illogical, nonsensical, and you will clearly understand that you simply bought into it from someone else. You might have picked it up from your parents, your school, your society, your friends, but it doesn't belong to you. You've been dragging along a belief that has nothing to do with you, and that's what's weighing you down and holding you back. The beliefs that are in alignment with you weigh nothing. Nothing at all. Anytime you feel that resistance, that drag, it means you're carrying around a belief that isn't yours.
Exactly. So when I find that belief, it will disappear?
Yes, because as soon as you identify it, it will appear nonsensical and illogical, and you simply won't hold on to something that doesn't make sense to hold on to. Now, if the behavior doesn't change after you let that belief go, once you discover what it is, then all that means is you may have found a secondary level belief, but you haven't found the fundamental one, the foundational one under that. You can let go of a lot of secondary beliefs, but when you find the true fundamental, foundational negative belief that's out of alignment and let that go, all the other secondary ones on top of that will collapse too.
That's where I'm at. Last question.
Guys.
Any way I can remember more of my dreams, because I really don't remember any of them. Or not, most of them I don't remember.
Oh, you just remembered one, right?
Yeah, every now and then, maybe.
All right. Well, when you get up in the morning, do you jump out of bed and get on about your business? Or do you lie there for a moment?
Most of the times I just jump.
All right, stop jumping. Stay in bed when you wake up, close your eyes again, take a deep breath, let yourself settle, and give yourself at least 60 seconds to just lie there and just drift. more of your dream memories will come back. Do you understand?
Okay.
All right?
Eventually, that will happen eventually. More of the dreams will start
It
coming.
may happen right away, but you have to give yourself time to let them sink in, because you're shifting your reality so abruptly that you don't let yourself have time for them to sink in.
Makes sense.
You understand?
Yep.
All right, well then, pleasant dreams to you.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Always. And to you, good day. I think you can believe it. Otherwise, you would be somewhere else.
Past lives.
Which are actually simultaneously coexisting lives, because everything exists at once. But you can create the idea, you can create the perspective, you can create the experience as if they actually were in the past, but they're not. They all exist right now. They're all going on right now. Those are other people that you are cross-connecting to from this life to their lives going on at the same time in different frequencies, in order to draw from them information that you believe is necessary for you to experience the you are here, while they're doing the same by cross-connecting to you and other lives to draw on the experiences they believe are germane and relevant for their experiences. But it's all going on at the same time, much in the same way that when you're watching one TV program, you know there are hundreds of other programs happening at once, but you don't see them because they're on their different frequencies. Does this make sense?
Yeah, does that mean that there's another one of me somewhere?
That's another type of parallel reality, yes. There are an infinite number of versions of you doing similar or very different things on an infinite number of parallel Earths, as well as there are an infinite number of versions of other realities where you look nothing like this at all, in a reality that has nothing to do with what you experience on Earth, and everything in between.
How many other worlds are there?
In what sense do you mean that? Because you could be talking about physical planets within one universe, you could be talking about physical planets within a multiverse, you could be talking about a number of different planes of existence or dimensions of reality when you use the word worlds.
I see.
What do you mean by worlds?
Oh, I was just, like, you can go to another world, I just wondered.
Planet?
Planets, yeah.
All right. Well, we are aware of a certain number of them, but that doesn't mean that's all there are.
Okay.
In our particular interstellar alliance, there are 557 worlds.
Wow.
But there are other interstellar alliances we are also aware of that are composed also of gatherings of more or less planets. We are aware overall of about 11,678 worlds currently. Oh, 79. We're always making new contacts.
I wondered,
80,
is it,
81, 85, 94, 112 more, because there are many different civilizations expanding out, having connections in a variety of ways, many other different civilizations. All going on simultaneously.
another question, is it true you pick, like, your mates or who you're going to marry, or
Generally speaking, yes.
your kids ahead of time?
Generally speaking, yes. From a linear perspective, you make these kinds of agreements as part of the template of what you will experience in the theme you are exploring in this life. Yes. From the linear perspective, that's how it would seem, yes.
I've always been interested in, like, UFOs and entities and stuff. Is there a reason that I've always been curious about that?
Well, as we talked about before, many of you have at least an inkling of awareness that you're connected to other things, that there's more going on in your world than you have been taught to believe, that there is, in that sense, something happening, a transformation happening that's going to bring you more and more and more in touch with other things you have been told don't exist, but you're finding out they do, such as having this conversation with us. So, of course, that inkling grows into more and more awareness if you keep acting in the direction of your highest joy. Yes?
Yes. I've
Yeah,
had a back injury for about 30 years, so
all right.
I take a lot of narcotics. I wonder if that would block.
Well, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What does the back injury prevent you from doing?
Not sitting very long, not standing very long. I have to lay down a lot.
Let's take that question up to a higher level. What does it prevent you from doing in life? Does it hold you back?
Yeah. In those
What would you
ways.
rather be doing if you didn't have the injury? If you could do anything,
Well,
what would you be doing that you're not doing now?
actually, all this stuff, all the spiritual things I'm into is so interesting to me, so I research all the time. And it's so
Research is
exciting.
fine, but what actions would you be taking if you could take them?
More physical things,
Such as?
more sports with my daughter.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not telling you to go out and injure yourself. At the same time, certainly you can examine within yourself what you might be afraid of by being more physically active. And allow yourself to start diving into the things that may be going on in your belief system that are continuing to perpetuate that rigidity in your spine that can actually be taught to relax so that you can be more physically active in a number of ways.
Wow.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
But you need to have a deep and honest self-investigation as to what it is that truly, as a belief, may be holding you back from being who you truly prefer to be.
Okay.
Examine your fears. They will reveal everything you need to know. And as you examine them and let them go, you will feel the muscles relaxing. You will feel the tension dissolving. And you will attract yourself to whatever will actually be of physical assistance to you, to help you further accelerate in your relaxation and letting go. And then one day, and you can do this relatively quickly, it's up to you. One day you may find suddenly you're capable of doing something you haven't been able to do. But you must start with finding out what fear-based definitions within your consciousness are holding you back from being who you prefer to be. Start there and attract what you need, both physically, emotionally, and mentally, and spiritually, to help begin to relax and release you. Do not fear what you will find. Nothing you will ever find about yourself that is negative will ever actually be a fact. It will only be a belief.
Awesome.
Do you understand?
Great. Yes, totally.
Do you feel a little bit more relaxed right
do.
now?
I
All
really
right.
do. Thank you.
You're welcome.
One last thing.
Yes!
The rings of Saturn.
Yes.
Is there something making those rings?
Something making them?
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean? Yes.
Like
gravitational fields, ice particles, rocks, yes. What do you mean?
There was a book about it, EMVs, a book by Norman Bergen.
You're talking about, again, electromagnetic phenomenology?
Yeah.
Well, yes, that's involved too.
Are they creatures or are they?
Creatures?
Yeah.
No.
That are making these? No.
No.
Okay.
It's a natural phenomenology.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, let us elaborate. We're not saying that consciousness is not associated with all planets, but it's on a very different level. It's not in the way that you actually meant it physiologically. Just to clarify. Proceed.
Hi, Bashar.
And you, good day.
Good day to you. I have a question regarding the Japan.
Yes.
Right now, it's 3 years ago.
Yes.
The Fukushima
Yes.
nuclear plant.
Yes.
Yeah, exploded.
Yes.
And how serious is the radiation?
More than they're letting on. 3 times more than they're telling you.
Oh, that you mean the government?
Yes.
So
It is 3 times higher than they're telling you. Because they don't want you to panic. Nevertheless, there is still something that you can all do about it. We've talked about this before.
Yes.
If that's not sufficient to turn you in the direction of non-polluting energies, I don't know what is. But if that's not sufficient, believe me, you'll create something that is. So best to do it now before you have another accident.
So that means, is there going to be another accident?
Eventually, if you don't get the point, because you're doing this to yourselves. If you're refusing to go in the direction of what would actually be most beneficial, then you will keep running up against a wall and keep forcing yourself to have traumatic and tragic incidents until you finally come to terms with the fact that you don't have to be doing things in the way that you're doing them. If that's what it takes, then that's what it takes. You don't have to do it that way, though. More and more people on your planet are beginning to turn to the idea of alternate forms of energy production. You can tap into the electromagnetic field of your planet, and many people on your planet are beginning to experiment with this idea more and more. But the idea is that if you keep insisting on moving in directions of power generation that have the capability of being polluting on your planet, and if that's not what the collective consciousness really, really prefers, then you're going to break down those systems one way or another. Don't wait till it gets to that point.
Right.
Yes?
Yeah.
All right.
After the Fukushima disaster,
Yes.
it seems like, more and more people in Japan getting together,
Yes.
to go to the peaceful way.
Well, that's what we're saying. If you use it to drive you in a more positive direction, then you're using it properly.
Right. But
In
now,
alignment with your preference.
Yeah. But now,
Yes.
seems to me, I'm from Japan, but I live in Los Angeles right now.
Yes, so?
And it seems to me that that Japan, more and more people are, going to the opposite directions,
Opposite of what?
not going to the peaceful.
So what do you want to do about that? It's your planet.
Right.
Well, what are you going to do about it?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? You're here talking about it with us.
Yeah.
So why not be one more voice in the collective
Right.
that urges and shares the idea of the benefits that could result from going in a more positive direction without, in any way, shape, or form, invalidating or laying blame on the negative side.
Right.
Just offer a new idea, offer a new perspective. In much the same way that we're sharing information with you, we have no expectation that you have to listen to anything that we say. It's up to you. This works for us. We know it can work for all of you, but it's up to you to decide to choose these directions for yourself. If you're aware that that direction can exist, then why not be one more voice? Why not become active and be one more positive, resonating voice to move in the direction you know is more positive? Why just stand around going, I don't know what to do? Of course you do. Do something.
Right. Because, for example, the present prime minister is now changing the Japan's peace constitution.
All right, and so?
To change to the, to have like military in Japan.
Why are you telling us? We don't live on your planet.
Yeah.
Go and talk to someone who does and see what you can do. All it takes is speaking up, and more and more of you that speak up and act and take action in the direction of peace, you will start helping people by example to learn that that's more and more of an option they can choose as well. If you don't say anything, if you don't put it out there, then you are again holding back from letting them know that there are more and more people who prefer that option.
Right.
So don't shrink away from it. Be active. Put it out there. This is what we prefer. Explore, experiment, expand. Yes?
Yes.
Is this helping?
Yes. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
One moment. The second anchor point has now been established for the new entity. Are there any that wish to proceed? Or do you need more volunteers? Then proceed.
Hi, Bashar.
And
How are
you good day.
Good, thank you. First question, about our own solar system.
Yes.
There's been stories of humanoids from Venus.
Not in your
Earth.
dimension, no.
So
There are beings that exist on that planet in other dimensions, but it's very different in other dimensions than it is in yours. There is no indigenous life on that planet that inhabits it as a natural life form. There are, however, extraterrestrial bases on the planet.
okay, there's
So
stories.
sometimes certain beings may be coming from those bases, but they don't live on the planet in the open, if that's what you're asking.
Well, there's stories of humanoids from Venus visiting and interacting with certain individuals on Earth.
Yes, I
Are
know,
those
and I
true?
just told you they come from another dimension.
Okay. And
They don't come from the physical world in your dimension. You understand?
yes.
All right.
And on to UFO sightings.
Yes.
2 days ago, there was two orange-colored sphere-shaped
Yes.
UFOs sighted in Orange County, California.
Well, how appropriate.
That's right.
Who says we don't have a sense of color coordination?
And specifically in a city called San Juan Capistrano.
Yes.
Just wondering if you know the origin of those two ships or anything about them.
You have an airport nearby. I believe you call it Los Angeles International Airport. There are planes leaving that airport right now going to various destinations. Can you tell me who is aboard those airplanes?
No,
Why not?
I don't know them.
Exactly. We don't know the comings and goings of every single extraterrestrial craft or who's aboard them. Nevertheless, it is common in general that the orange spheres are a representation of an interdimensional group of beings that are to some degree involved with the transformation taking place on your planet in a different way. They are connected vibrationally to a star that you refer to, or a reality that you refer to, often called Arcturus. But I don't know specifically who was aboard those ships. You understand?
Yes.
All right. Anything else?
Yeah, finally, a question about the universe.
Yes. Your universe, we assume.
Yes.
All right.
The spiral pattern that is in the Nautilus shell, is the Nautilus shell
Yes.
weather patterns in the
Yes.
shape of the Milky Way galaxy?
Yes, yes, yes.
Uh,
All of
what-
those ideas of spiral and sacred geometry and phi ratios, pi ratios, Fibonacci sequences, yes, the double spiral in that sense is the way that creation expands.
Oh, okay. So it's the pattern of the expansion of creation?
It's the underlying template of the pattern of expanding creation, yes. Therefore, matter, material, both light and dark, follows that double spiral pattern.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Anything else?
Anything else you want to add?
Nope.
That's all.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hello, Tadeo.
Good day, Nania.
We have a little bit of time left. and
Meaning?
30 minutes.
All right.
So how many names would you like me to draw?
4.
Cindy Redding, Trevi Bennett, Susie Batiz, and Nora, or Noor.
All right. By all means, proceed.
And until someone gets up here, we did have some questions from our Ustream
All
listeners.
right.
So here's one. Is it better to wake up with the sun or follow your own rhythm?
Many of you have natural biological rhythms that do not necessarily match the way your society typically functions. If you are truly in alignment with your real biorhythm vibration, your natural circadian clock that is true for you, and not just being resistant or lazy, then by all means follow your own natural rhythm, because that's what will allow you to rest when you truly need to rest and recharge, and allow you to be active and inventive and insightful when you truly need to be active, which may be very different than what your typical society deems as rest and activity periods. So as long as you know you are truly aligned with your natural vibration, follow your natural biorhythms and cycles of day and night.
Okay, and there was a question about lucid dreaming.
Yes.
When you're lucid dreaming, you're clearly in a different reality.
Yes.
You're in a third reality in
You're
a
in the
sense.
template level reality, yes.
And from that reality, you can lay the blueprint for reality creations that you would like to experience?
Yes, and again, as long as when you reinsert your focus into physical reality, you allow for some leeway in interpretation as to how the higher mind knows it actually needs to manifest, because it may not look the same, but it will carry the same resonance that you instilled in the blueprint in the template level.
And what are some of the telltale signs that you're in a lucid reality?
Do you mean when you're sleeping or when you're awake?
I would say when you're sleeping and you're dreaming, and
you will relate to what is going on around you in much the same way that you do when you're physically awake. You will not be subject to the dream in that sense. All of you know that many times when you dream, there are things that are happening that would seem, well, crazy in your physical reality, but you just accept them. You understand? You just go with the flow. When you become lucid, you will recognize that these things are not like the things that happen in your physical reality. It's paradoxical because you will actually adopt an attitude that is more similar to the attitude you have in physical reality, even though you're actually in an altered state in non-physical reality. But that's what will tell you that you're dreaming, is that you start relating to the things that are going on as if, well, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. Do you understand?
yes.
So it will be similar to the idea of if something like that happened in your physical reality, and you would go, how did that happen? That seems to have nothing at all to do with physical reality. It'll be a similar sensation. But then paradoxically, when you start to become in control lucidly in the dream reality and start relating to the dream reality as if it is more physical, your physical reality will become more dreamlike, and you will accept more things happening in the physical reality that heretofore were only possible in the dream reality. That's the paradox. It's like you're switching places. Does that make sense?
Yes, it's utterly fascinating.
It is.
And in terms of, like, I always notice a luminosity factor.
Yes.
Is that common? Is
It
that
can
what
be.
most people experience?
Maybe, not necessarily.
What is the creation of that luminosity? It's almost like it's dusk, or it's...
Well, there are different forms and expressions of light in different dimensional realms. Because remember, everything is made of consciousness. In a sense, physically speaking, even if it's immaterial physicality, everything is made of a form of light, looking at it from the physical side. So you will see light express itself in a variety of ways that's indicative of the level of consciousness that you're on. On the higher levels, light will just seem to come from wherever. There won't necessarily be a single source. Does that make sense?
Yes, because in a way, wouldn't we perceive you as being luminous?
Yes, because of our higher frequency, just in the same way that someone who may have lived, linearly speaking, 300 years ago might look at you and think that you are also luminous, but you don't see that because you're all used to it. Because your vibration is higher than it was in society 300 years ago. So you actually are all shining, but you don't see it because you're used to it.
So perhaps the idea is when you're in a lucid dream that you're in a higher vibrational state, and hence the light seems to be coming from nowhere and everywhere.
Yes, because what you're seeing is the light of the inner reflection of the higher mind mirror. Make sense?
Yes.
All right, it's as if you are in a bubble mirror reflecting back to you the light you're giving off.
It's very illuminating.
Ha ha.
So I know I have another questioner here that would like to come up. So
All right.
turn that over. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your enlightening conversation.
Shivai.
And to you, good day, Shivai. Shivai is a word in our ancient language that is representative of bringing yourself to a focal point and moving forward with absolutely no notion of anything in your way. So, Shivai.
My question is, I experienced a feeling of channeling when I was visiting Kauai,
Yes.
specifically the North Shore
All
of
right.
Wainiha, and
Yes.
an entity, I stepped into a vortex that was still, and I stepped out, and when I did, I felt myself drift away from my physical form,
Yes.
and mana entered me.
Well,
and,
so to speak.
okay, maybe
It doesn't really happen that way mechanically, but I understand what you're describing as your interpretive experience in physical reality, yes.
So I was not aware of what mana was at the time.
Yes.
And would it be just simply another expression of myself?
Yes, a higher expression.
Wonderful.
It doesn't mean it doesn't have its own autonomous existence as well, but what you experienced was the matching of the vibration of that level and thus expressing it through yourself as another version of yourself on a higher level.
To help me realign with what I need
Yes.
to be doing?
Yes, yes, yes. And so are you?
Not yet.
Oh, all right, why not?
I am going to.
When? I don't know.
Now.
Soon.
Exactly.
What's holding you back?
Insecurity.
About
and
what?
Fear.
About what? Fear of what? What's the worst that can happen?
I'm gonna die, and I'm gonna.
That's not the worst that can
Right, because
happen.
I'm indestructible, but yet that fear is so ingrained in me.
The fear of what? Death?
Of
You think that by being yourself you're going to die?
yeah, kind of.
Well, the old you will.
And then the new me will be born.
Yes. So what?
Okay.
Do you understand that you're dying billions of times a second anyway?
Yes.
Because that's how you create the experience of change in space and time, is your consciousness is shifting through billions of parallel reality versions of yourself every single second. So even in the course of this conversation, you have been billions and billions of people. So what's one more?
Awesome.
There's nothing to be afraid of. You're already doing it. It's just that you're becoming aware of the fact that you're doing it. That's all.
And wanting to accelerate doing it more.
Well, it's not so much that you actually accelerate in the real mechanical sense. It's that as you become more aware of more of yourself, you understand that you're already moving at an infinite speed and you feel more of that. But remember that moving at infinite speed, being everywhere at once, also feels like you're standing perfectly still. So that's the paradoxical balance point. Make sense?
Yes,
All
thank
right.
you.
So, but there's nothing to be afraid of. You're doing it already. And you're just fine. Yes?
Yes, so re-examining my beliefs and what...
Watch your definitions.
Where
It's
my
only your
fears-
definitions that are creating the discomfort. Remember, please, all of you, remember, there is no such thing as an inherently difficult situation. Only your definition of the situation makes it feel difficult. If you feel that difficulty, it's because you're resisting your natural self. That's what that difficulty is. That's what that sensation is. Resistance to the natural self. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Is
thank
this
you.
helping?
Yes, thank you.
Feel a little lighter?
Yes.
Feel like dying?
Totally.
All right.
All the time.
All right. You're doing it all the time anyway. There's nothing to fear. It's a natural act. You're shifting, 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 shifting. You are a bunch of shifty people.
Awesome. Can I ask another question?
That was a question.
I already knew you were going to say that.
You don't have to ask. If you can ask, just ask.
Okay. Sensitivity to light.
Yeah.
I find myself when I'm on the beach or not with glasses or without a hat or
Yes.
staring at a heliotrope that I become very sensitive.
Yes.
in a sense that I can sometimes experience migraine headaches or
Again,
other
this is from resisting your own inner light.
resisting.
Stop resisting.
Okay.
Let it flow. You are constricting the avenues through which you experience yourself, and therefore whatever is a reflection of that higher vibration will be painful to you.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
So stop being painful to yourself, relax those conduits, and let the light flow, and then you will match the frequency, and there won't be any resistance to create the headaches. Yes?
Awesome. Yes. Thank you so much.
You are very welcome.
I'm so blessed to speak with you. Thank you so much.
As are we with all of you.
Shivai.
Shivai.
I love that. I'm really
Speak up and be bold so that all may hear what you have to share.
Okay. I'm just going to let this roll because I don't know really my question, but
That's all right. You don't have to have a question.
Okay. Well, I have one.
No, all right.
But I'm scared of your answer. So I've been blessed to create.
Lies as a reflection for you, because some generalization, as in with some cats and dogs and dolphins and whales, will lure you into more of yourself as well. So they perform that function too, by being generalized when they need to be, but that's just an aspect of their specialized focus. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So, the adventures that you may have with your cat, which of course isn't always a cat in other dimensions, as you understand it, do happen. You go on many adventures with your animals in other dimensions, and they take on many other forms in other dimensions that may not even really be what you would recognize as an animal.
Cool. And then
Cats are cool.
they really are.
Dogs are hot.
I used
Cats
to be
are
a
cool.
dog person, but now I'm more of a cat person.
No.
I love all animals, but
Yes, yes, yes. But we understand that many of them will function as permission slips for you at different points in your life. And because permission slips can sometimes change as you change, then you may shift to the reflection from a different animal in a different way, because that's what serves you as a reflection at that moment. So, yes, dogs are the sun, cats are the moon.
it's so cool how you have the answer for everything. And I wish I could just talk to you all the time.
Well, I do not have the answer for everything.
But you
I only
almost
have the
everything.
answers for what I need to know in the moment.
Okay. Well, that's a good distinction.
Why, thank you.
One last thing, it's for my friend.
Yes.
What's happening to a person when they have schizophrenia?
It is an inability to integrate the different aspects of their personality in a coherent way based on what the mass consensus needs to experience.
Interesting. And can you say anything about multiple sclerosis? What causes that? Or is that...
There are many different causes, but again, most of this starts not only with an energetic choice to experience a certain thing that is symbolic of certain kinds of energy states, but also, of course, with the idea of the conditions on your world.
Okay. Thanks, Q Bashar.
You are welcome.
I love you so much.
Pleasant dreams.